Do you know someone who's expecting their first child? Maybe it's even you. If so, this video is for you. I want to share a story with you this morning. I had my first baby when I was 17. The pregnancy was quite uneventful. I was very healthy, in fact, and swam all the way through it. It was summer at the time and quite enjoyed the pregnancy and the novelty of the whole thing. And my due date came and went, and it was then decided, without going into a lot of medical details, that I needed an emergency C-section. I had a condition called placenta previa, when the placenta has dropped below the baby, stopping natural birth. Well, I was taken into hospital, and to say I was terrified was understatement of the year. My thoughts were, how can I get this out of me without having to go through this? I was absolutely terrified. And in those days, when you had a C-section, you had a general anesthetic. So, I wasn't awake when my son was born. And the anesthetics in those days were so heavy that I saw him for the first time the next morning. They pushed this little plastic crib on wheels into my ward with this little person in it who I'd never seen before. And I had to take it for granted he was mine. Well, I looked at him and I thought, what am I going to do with you? I don't know what to do with you. I don't know how to look after you. I don't even know you. And then it came feeding time, and I was bottle feeding. So the nurse brought a bottle into me of formula, and she gave it to me. So I was then forced to pick this little bundle up out of this crib and feed him. And I fed him, and she showed me how to burp him, and I put him back. And I just sat there, feeling like I just landed on another planet. I didn't know what to do with this baby. I kept looking at him next to me as he slept. I felt nothing. Anyway, nighttime came, lights were put out, and everybody went to sleep, and then one by one you heard a baby waking and mom waking up and feeding them, and eventually my little person woke up. And the nurse brought the bottle into me, and it was quite dark in the ward. Just the light behind me was on. And I gave him his bottle, I fed him, and I burped him, and I didn't put him straight back down. And I was lying back in my bed with my knees sort of up like this, with him lying on my legs, on the front of my legs. And I know now it was a burp that brought it on, but I didn't know then. And he just looked at me and he smiled. And I just fell in love with him. And that's how I became a mother. Now that may sound like the simplest story, but it was huge to me. I was terrified. I had this baby that I didn't feel anything for. I hardly knew where it came from. I hadn't seen it born. And now I had this little person that nobody would ever take away from me, and I would love with all my heart. I just wanted to share that story because I know that I felt huge guilt at the time. I thought, I can't tell anybody that I don't even like this little person in the crib. This is another person, and he's going to stay with me for my whole life. What am I going to do with him? I didn't tell anybody how I felt. I was so guilty. And if that's you, or it has been you, or you're pregnant at the moment with your first baby, and that happens to you, don't be guilty. Don't waste your time feeling guilty. Just hold your baby, and that maternal instinct will take over. Now, I know for some people they have a problem that it takes even longer to kick in. And I feel very sorry for them, because I know the few days that I had feeling like that were really worrying. I was just thinking I was going to have to take this baby home, and I didn't even really know him or like him. So it must be really difficult when that feeling goes on for longer. But if it happens to you, as I say, just hold him or her and just wait for it to happen, and it will happen, I promise you. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Rose, and my channel is My Life Journey with Rose. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and come back for more. Bye for now.